Welcome to the 10-step guide to relational reassurance. The process skews towards bachelors, but the concepts are universal. Now, we all know that there are drawbacks to being in a relationship, but believe it or not, there can be a downside to bachelorhood too. No tangible examples come to mind, but it's impossible to deny that scoring a date and successfully navigating a relationship can provide a huge boost to one's self-esteem. But fear not, fellow singularities. Hypothetical studies have shown that you don't actually have to be in a relationship to have confidence. The same effect can be achieved simply by knowing that you could be in a relationship. Enter the relational reassurance. Now, it is important to know that at any moment of crisis, you have the capacity to woo, wow, and wed any viable female. Now, viable in this case means more than just single and legal. It means a woman who is not predisposed to interpreting your advances as stalking or wish fulfillment. This rules out all A-list celebrities, most B-list celebrities, hoodoo girls, judges, and top-tier cosplayers. The relational reassurance is achieved by following the relational progression, a 10-step process rooted in the hallowed and infallible plots of most rom-coms. All you need to do is remember the acronym ACAR. I'm going to demonstrate these phases through some narrative immersion. We start at the beginning. Apathy is the first and easiest step in the whole process. All you have to do is introduce yourself courteously and then watch the indifference fly.
Hi, I'm Bobby Baker. And you are?
Bored, aloof, disinterested, previously unaware of your existence. Take your pick.
You're hilarious. Aloof. I like that. You look like an aloof.
Now I'm annoyed.
Can we just stick with aloof? It just sounds better.
Don't be discouraged. Her apathy towards you is obligatory. In fact, if she warms to you at this point, it probably means she's a malfunctioning $30 million weapon and you should respond accordingly. Barring that, you can move on to the next phase, curiosity. Now, persistence is key. As long as she's not running away, you've got a shot. You want to wait until her body language changes. Ideally, she'll be turned more towards you than away, then find a smooth and creative way to make eye contact.
Oh, hey. It looks like you dropped this.
Once you've got her attention, it's up to you to make her wonder, is there more to this fellow than what I once thought? Hijinks, feats of athletic prowess, and tickets of the gun show persuasion are all solid methods for piquing curiosity. But to truly be successful, you have to engage her. The best way to do this is the backhanded pickup line. Make her think you're going to flatter her obnoxiously and then change it up at the last minute.
Hey, is that a mirror in your pocket? You should try using it once in a while.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so did it hurt?
What, when you insulted me?
When you got beat with the ugly stick?
You're a jerk.
I'm sorry, I can tell. You must be really good at finances.
Why do you say that?
Because I have zero interest.
Okay, we're done here.
Do your feet hurt?
One of them might after I kick your ass.
Whoa, why all this hostility? Aloof.
You just insulted me 3 times poorly, which is like insulting me 4 times.
Well, I'm just trying to make you curious.
You're about to make me furious.
Would that get me somewhere?
Maybe the hospital?
Oh, you work there?
Are you slow?
Legitimately?
Yes.
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's not an exact science, but hopefully amidst the chaos, you're able to arouse her curiosity while also demonstrating your wit and insight. She may feign disdain at first, but she won't be able to maintain that facade for long. Once she's open to getting to know you better, you can smoothly transition to fostering attraction. Attraction isn't some mystical, unfathomable force. It's simply the amount of MIDI platelets you have in your blood. That said, there are things you can do to expedite the process. First, play video games. Girls love guys who are great at video games. It shows dexterity, ambition, and a flexible idea of what good use of time means.
Yo, check me out, aloof. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
That's your character bleeding out, right?
Well, I could tell that winning meant more to him than me, so I'm selfless like that.
You're such a dork.
Words like dork are a good thing. It means she's comfortable enough to insult you, but not angry enough to call you something truly hurtful like a vagabond or a Trekkie. Another foolproof method of instigating attraction is irresponsible spending. She'll infer that you'll also spend irresponsibly on her, and hopefully she'll also assume that you can afford to do so.
Cute kitten's hairballs. How did you spend $970 on Netflix in a month?
I created a new account for each episode of Star Wars, Clone Wars that I wanted to watch.
That's obnoxious.
I think you mean irresponsible, and that's not all. I got my tires rotated 4 times each, and I bought a helicopter pad. Just imagine all the things I could buy for you.
Poetry is also a surefire winner.
Once there was a girl that was fair. Together, we went everywhere. Would have been great if while on our dates, she'd been aware I was there.
Roses are red, and that was horrible.
And the old standby, humor.
Hey, what do you call a flexible group of musicians? A rubber band.
In nearly every rom-com, the leading man always seems to make stupid choices that cause him to lose ground in his pursuit of the leading lady. At first you may think he's abnormally dim, but if you consider it from a bottomized standpoint, it all makes sense. See, when you're pursuing a member of the fair sex, you want things to move forward as quickly as possible. But unless your timing is impeccable and she's already way into you, the progress you crave is probably going to freak her out. That's why the 4-step, retraction, is so important. It's counterintuitive, but to keep her close, you occasionally have to push her away. The best methods for achieving measured retraction are irritation and fright. Now, irritation is a simple and moderate strategy. Figure out what you do that annoys her, then make it a point to do it.
You never take anything seriously.
You are hilarious, Aloof.
You never listen to what I'm saying.
Wait, I do take things seriously. Did you hear that? It sounded like I was pooting at you with my lips.
While antagonistic prods like that are adequate for setting back your relational progression, if you need drastic results fast, you can employ scare tactics. Just beware, there's a limit as to how far you can go.
I've never felt this way about anyone before. You know, we have the same size shoe. Let's watch a Disney movie. Let's name our kids Pork Loin and Gargamel. I love you.
Keep in mind, if you go beyond terrified, you'll have to make some significant romantic gestures to right the ship. Now, this process isn't for the faint of heart. You'll need to engage the attraction-retraction cycle several times before you're ready for the next phase, revelation. After doing the traction tango for a while, you're ready to make your revelation. This is a deceptively simple step that marks the halfway point in your journey. Find a moment of mutual vulnerability, then disclose something strategically revealing.
I know we live in like a postmodern world now, but wow, that was embarrassing. I am so sorry you had to pay. I can't believe I forgot my wallet.
I told you, it's fine. I was planning on paying anyways.
Thanks for being so cool about it. You know, payment screw up aside, I gotta say, this has probably been the best date, well, one of the best I've ever had.
I don't usually consider grocery shopping a date, but you have an impressive array of coupons and an uncanny knack for detecting fresh produce. So I guess I'll make an exception.
Well, as the corn says, aw shucks.
That was amazing.
Speaking of fresh, there's actually something I think I should tell you. I never told you because I didn't know the right time.
What is it, Bobby?
I've been married. I've severed all connections and I've moved on, but yeah, I've been to the altar.
Strategic in this case means half-truth. Your revelation assures her that things aren't too good to be true. There's trouble in paradise, but it's trouble you control. If done at the right time, it will also show a level of transparency that should outshine your secret.
How long were you planning on keeping this from me?
Oh, I didn't want to keep anything from you. I didn't want to jeopardize what we had. If anything, I was...
When it comes to motive, there's only one that guarantees a free pass. You can't say you are selfish or short-sighted or conniving or stupid. The go-to excuse when justifying any relational wrong is one word and one word only.
Scared.
Bobby.
I was just so afraid of how I felt about you that I was terrified of losing what we have. And being terrified scared me even more.
So, what is it you think we have together?
I don't know. Something special?
Special enough to warrant a montage of romantic frolicking set to a backdrop of emo pop music?
And just like that, you've reached the sixth phase, reciprocation. In rom-coms, the stage is often represented by a montage that varies from innocent to risque and typically lasts about a minute to a minute and a half. In real life, it should go on for about 2 to 3 weeks and will be by far the most enjoyable step of the whole process.
First, we take a quirky walk down a city street.
Fleeting glances over dinner.
Jovial physical flirtation.
Inviting glances.
A hype and soft-lit first kiss.
Humorously vigorous makeout session.
Culminating in wanton bedroom frivolity that skirts the line of good taste.
And then as the music fades, you'll look deep into my eyes and say,
I love you. And you'll be surprised for some reason, but then you'll smile and say something wry and elusive, like,
Gargamel is still off the table.
It's okay. Pork loin, it's gonna be a firstborn anyway.
I love you.
The fact of the matter is that enjoyable is also boring, which is why that scene was so brief. It's important that you use this time to plan on how you're going to do something incredibly stupid to make the bottom fall out and usher in the seventh phase, rejection. There are many legitimate reasons for a girl to lose interest or reject you. Differences in life goals, procreation ambitions, DVR allocations, political leanings, and instances of errant affection can all trigger the end of a relationship. But if you executed the revelation phase correctly, you now have a built-in controllable rejection scenario, i.e. one that is so ridiculous you can recover from it in any number of ways. If you're lucky, the devastating half of your revelation will be paradoxically revealed naturally through obligatory contrivance.
So how's girls' night out with your friend from the circuit court clerk's office?
It was enlightening.
Yeah? How so?
Naturally, I was excited to tell her about what's been going on in my life, about the man I love, the man I thought I could trust. Turns out you're somewhat of a legend in her office.
At this point, it is imperative that you protest without actually providing any new information to defend yourself. You don't want to clear the air while she's still upset, partially because the truth may not have the desired impact while she's still reeling emotionally, but mostly to perpetuate the dramatic tension.
Look, I can explain.
Explain what? 12 marriages in 3 years?
It's not what you think.
Really? Because I think you're a serial marriage eater. Damn, that sounds awkward.
Maybe serial committer.
See, that's just like you. You always suggest something that's even dumber than what I came up with.
This isn't about my subpar vocabulary, is it?
No, it's about the fact that you've been married. A lot. And a lot should never be used in conjunction with the word married.
You could just give me 1 second.
Fine, go ahead.
Hopefully, she won't let you get a word in edgewise. If she does, revert back to the annoyance strategy.
No, see, this is the problem. You always say that I never listen, but how can I listen if you stop talking?
You just asked me to listen.
I never said Breaking Bad was better than Game of Thrones.
What are you? You know what? I'm done. I don't want to be another Bobby Baker circuit court statistic. This is over. I never want to hear from you, and I never want to see you ever again.
I'll call you.
If you executed correctly, you now have to overcome a significant, if not somewhat ridiculous, obstacle or objection to get the girl. Fortunately, said obstacle has a built-in solution that you'll employ in the next phase. Once you've achieved calculated rejection, you need to let it ride for a while. Time allows her fierce enmity to subside and gives credence to the notion that you've somehow changed since the fateful encounter. It also allows you to acquire a comfortable pair of running shoes and reliable transportation, because ultimately you'll need to pursue her in an 11th hour dash of reckless abandon. But before you take action, you need to wait until she's on the verge of making some drastic life change, like moving away or getting engaged. No matter what, you need to show up disheveled, out of breath, embarrassed, or, preferably, all three.
Aloof! Oh, aloof. Wait,
Bobby, what are you doing here?
before you make any drastic life change, I need to tell you the truth.
I don't have time for this. I have to go.
Just hear me out, and you'll never have to see me again. Growing up, my dad worked a lot, and my mom only let me watch situational comedies and the Weather Channel.
What does that have to do with
Just
anything?
listen. Because of my traumatic upbringing, I never really understood marriage. I couldn't figure out why people did it. So when I was old enough, I got married for any number of reasons: curiosity, blackmail, college credit, citizenship, hers, not mine, boredom, intoxication, cookie dough overdose, loneliness, dirty laundry, power outage, allergies, and my last wife I got married to because she bore a strong resemblance to Amanda Righetti.
Really? How much of a resemblance?
Completely identical, from the eyebrows up. The point is, none of those marriages lasted any more than 48 hours. I didn't really understand what was missing. I didn't really get why they failed until I met you.
What's so special about me?
You're number 13. You make a baker's dozen.
And
it's really cool because my last name's Baker. It's like a wordplay. It's clever. I, for one, feel like I'd be missing out on a great opportunity if I stopped just shy of a baker's dozen. This completes the symbolic journey of my love life. And it's romantic?
Don't worry if your grand declaration seems trite. They all do. The fact of the matter is that you aren't going to cover any new ground or come up with some magic words that will move the world. But your PDA, public display of objection, combined with a sentimental reveal, should be enough to tip the scales in your favor.
Baker's dozen? Sounds more like Baker's harem to me, and sorry, I'm not interested in being lucky number 13.
Then again, she might go off script and make you work for it.
It's different with you. I didn't have any kind of relationship with those other girls. Gun to my head, couldn't even tell you their names. But you, I know you.
Really? That's hard to believe considering you don't even know my name. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't make this drastic life choice and never talk to you again.
Because I love you, Spatula.
How did you know?
I figured you had to have an incredibly crazy name if you were okay with me calling you aloof this entire time. And I was super curious to find out. So on our first date, I lied. Because I was scared. I didn't forget my wallet. I just wanted you to pay so I could see the name on the credit card.
You've known this whole time?
I'm sorry I lied to you. Told you a half-truth, hurt you, told you a full truth, hurt you again, then tried to win you back using a sloppy analogy to my last name. Spatula, at this point, every dime I make goes to, well, alimony, but if there was anything left, I'd spend it all trying to make you happy for the rest of your life. I just wanted you to know that.
Once you've said your piece and laid it all out there, you've reached the 9th phase, resignation. Resignation is unavoidable and uncomfortable, and as the last action you have to take, it is fittingly the most difficult. You resign yourself to the fact that you've done all you can and the decision is hers to make. At this point, if things go south, she'll let you keep walking and never talk to you again. Your confidence will crumble, and your appreciation of this video will probably plummet to the level of a Michael Moore documentary. But if things go the way they're supposed to, you'll soon bask in the glow of the final phase, realization.
Bobby, wait!
Your surrender should trigger a moment of introspection in the young lady where she processes the essence of your relationship. Her initial indifference is put through the crucible of her experiences with you, and at the other end is a realization that despite her doubts and reservations, she's much happier with you in her life than she would be otherwise.
Introduce yourself to me, like you did when we first met.
Hi, I'm Bobby Baker, and you are?
I'm Spatula. I'm really insecure about my name, about myself, and I'm skeptical of anyone who gives me too much attention. But there's this weird, amazing guy who really likes ridiculous names, and even though he has more X's than a sumo shirt size, for some reason, when he looks at me, I feel special. Like I'm the only one he sees, the only one he cares about. It's intense and a little scary, but I can't let him walk out of my life.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he is pretty sure. He's never gonna meet another girl with a name as ridiculous as yours. Seriously, Spatula, what were your parents thinking?
My parents were big UHF fans.
Oh yes, Spatula City, Spatula City.
Of course you've seen it. You're such a dork.
Yeah, I am.
There you have it. 10 steps that will walk you to the threshold of relational reassurance. Now, once you've absorbed all the confidence you can from knowing your relational progression, it is imperative that you tuck it away in your metaphorical back pocket
and never use it again. The problem is that after all the lies, omissions, and manipulation that it takes to get that rom-com ending, you're left with a decaying relationship that'll never make it past the end credits.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're dysfunctional and your pursuit is dysfunctional, then it stands to reason that your relationship will also be dysfunctional.
You can try to drag it out by ramping up the bedroom shenanigans, but eventually that plan face plants and leaves you with a crap load of extra baggage.
Shenanigans? Okay, seriously, where did you come from?
I've been watching since these two here met in the ballroom. Don't bother trying to retro spot me. I was just out of frame in every shot.
I'm pretty sure I would have noticed you. You're strikingly beautiful.
As far as backhanded compliments go, that was weak sauce.
Hey, you screwed the process already by approaching me first. Apparently, you lack the capacity for apathy.
Happily, debunking phase one seemed like the fastest way to wreck a car.
Maybe that was the most obvious way I could think of to impart confidence and a sense of control to my fellow bachelors.
As opposed to telling them to be completely transparent, selfless, and genuine?
That's terrifying! Clearly you don't understand how confidence works. I didn't say you couldn't apply it like a champ. I just mean you don't have the panache to explain it properly.
What's to explain? Look, when I decided to crash your closing monologue, I knew one of two things was going to happen. If I interested you, you'd be intrigued. If I didn't, you'd be incensed. There's no fondling attraction or engaging repulsion.
You're maligning my words.
They were like that when I got here.
Wait, were you trying to spark my interest?
You're missing the point.
The point you just made about being transparent.
You're nailing that annoyance phase right now.
Well, it's your fault for making the attraction phase so damn easy.
He says ironically almost 20 minutes later.
Well, maybe if you'd spoken up at the outset, we could have gotten here quicker.
And where is that exactly?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really enjoying arguing with you right now.
Well, that's not supposed to happen, is it?
Well, it's like you said. It's simple. I mean, if you don't like me and I leave a rose on the windshield of your car,
You're
then...
a stalker.
Yes, but if you do like me and I leave a rose on the windshield of your car...
You're a really sweet guy.
You do know this reeks of obligatory contrivance.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Hi there.
Hi.
Do you want to go grocery shopping?
I do.
So you have a choice. 10 steps to relational reassurance, or one step to a relationship. Have the confidence to be genuine, and you'll always end up with the real thing. Also, this almost never happens.
And don't forget, knowledge is power, and power corrupts. So stay ignorant.
What was that?
I thought we were presenting pandering platitudes.
No, but I mean, I'm very proud of you.
Did you hear how I nailed that? It was fantastic.
It was amazing.
I didn't even have to use the Pandering line beforehand.
No, it was very smooth. I'm very impressed.
Like butter.